So I've got an interesting video for you more advanced users or anybody really that's looking to use labor in their assemblies in zzTakeoff. So there's a few ways that people calculate labor, and I want to kind of talk about each one and then how to build it in ZZ, or what I've done to use that. Okay. First of the three ways is to count with a crew build, and that's where you actually build a crew of a particular function, whether it's a foreman, a mason, and 2 laborers, or if it's a pipe fitter, an operator, and 2 laborers. You could build a crew based on that. Okay. The second way is a labor factor. What you do is you say, okay, to do this main line or this count, you have 6 hours to do this count, total labor hours. And so you would take the count, multiply it times 6, and then multiply that times your average crew rate. Okay. The first one allows you to have separate crew rates. The second one, you're using an average crew rate, and you're providing a number to do that. So it's a labor factor. So you could say, hey, they could do 100 feet an hour for one person, in a sense. Okay. But if you have 3 people, then they would have, they would be doing 300 feet an hour. So always have to think about labor factors as one person and what the average hourly rate is. And the third one is using one person, one labor, average crew rate. And this is, I'm talking about in the build, and then times the number of people in the crew. So if you have your production rate would be for the crew, your average rate would be for the one person, or your average rate, basically. It's not really a person. And then you multiply that times how many people in the crew. So let's look at it. I'm sure you're confused by now. So let's look at that one first. Okay, so this one, what I've done is I've taken this, and you get point count in this case, or each one of these has 5 point counts, so you'll see that. And then times the crew production rate times the number of people in crew. Okay, so what I would do is count 5 of them, and it would take, the crew could do, take 6 hours each, and then times the number of people in the crew. So that would give it 6 hours, 24 hours basically to do one count, times 5 would be 120 hours. And actually that's what we have here. Okay, so that's one way to do it. And I'm using a labor part, and I just basically built these into my system, and then I have my average crew rate. Okay, so that's one way to do labor, and that's a nice way. I like this a lot. Okay, but not everybody does it. A lot of people, and I've met a lot, that use a labor factor. So I'm going to do the same thing here. We've got 5 count. Okay, and what I've done with this is the labor factor in this case would be 24 hours for each count. So that would be your labor factor. And so you have the ability to go in here and say point count times, in this case it's 24 hours. And I want to show you what I've done, and this is interesting. So stay with me. You can see that this is not populated here, but yet it's calculating the hours. So each one of these properties has the ability to put a crew production rate in there. And I just did a custom property, and I put it in there as a number, and I said, hey, crew production rate. So whatever I said, excuse me, whatever I said here will carry down to that labor part. There's no grandparent clause or parent clause or anything like that. It just automatically does it. Even though you don't see it here, it is holding that number of 24. So it's taking the point count and times the crew production rate, which is dragging it from the top because they're spelled exactly the same. Okay, so that is a very useful way of getting information from the takeoff property down to the part level. Okay, and it's not just for crew production rate. There's other things you can do with it, but you have to leave it blank. So I just kind of hide it. Okay, so that's another way of doing labor. And then this way I built the production rate, but this is for the crew. So these 4 guys should take 6 hours each to do this particular function, whatever it is. Let's say it's build a front porch, or I don't know, put up a chimney, or plant a large tree, or do a footing or something like that. Okay, so but you want to see the hours for each of these labor classifications, and you can change it. If I went in here and says, hey, I'm not going to use this labor for the whole time, I could go into that variable and say, hey, I'm only going to use him for 2 hours. Or let's go 2 hours each. Okay, so you'll see that his time has changed. If you delete it, it's back to the normal because it's pulling from the takeoff property. Okay, so that's really cool, and that gives you some flexibility to change things on the fly. You may have your crew built, but you might look at this and say, you know what, we need to up the labor hours. So the foreman's not going to be around, or it's more mason involved in probably normal production rate or something like this. You can go in here and change it. Okay, so let's look at these in the report now. Okay, so let's do it by cost type. Okay, so the first one is we have our average crew rate. Okay, and that's that 120 hours from that factor, or here's the factor. And this is based on the production rate, which is having one guy, or one labor rate times the number of people in crew times the production rate. And you can see that works out, they're both the same price. But now we have a foreman from that one that we did. We have labor rates that we can have different labor rates for each classification. So it really works out nice. It depends on what you want to do. In fact, it would be kind of cool. Let's do this. Let's go group by takeoff. And we're not going to really worry about the ductile iron. That's from another build. But you can see the cost difference with the crew build that shows everybody. It's actually a different price. Okay, and that's because each one had a different labor rate. Where these two are the same, I used the same, I don't even remember what it was, $50 an hour or so. Well, we could probably tell. $50 an hour for both of them, but they were just calculated a little bit different. So depending on how you do your labor, how your company likes to do their labor, where it's always see the parts and pieces, just do a quick labor factor. A lot of people do that, have them on Excel. Or just an average crew rate times how many people in the crew times the production rate, or divided by the production rate. Anyways, I hope that clears it up. If it doesn't, reach out, let me know, because this is half your build. I mean, you got to get your labor in there. You got to get your equipment in there. You can do the same thing with equipment, by the way. And you have to get your parts in there. But this is a big chunk of your estimating. So look at these. If you have questions, though, reach out and say, hey, I don't understand, or can you help? Set up a time, set up a schedule, and I'll walk you through it, okay? Long video, apologize, but it's a really important one for you advanced users. Thanks for watching.